Well, I definitely don't want to fight him in my current state, because that will just not really happen. Let's at least go up. Surely the whole dungeon won't reset. Surely it won't. So, let's go back in. Okay, so we're going to do this a little bit smarter, right? Just a little bit. We're going to go forward. Okay, we're then going to go ahead. Summon a beast. We're going to protect him. Yes, you humans sent us down here into this pit where we are never warm and never clean and always want for milk. For this we will have our vengeance. Actually, it's the Empire who sent them down here, not the Avernite. Sadly, Dark doesn't seem interested in discussing such political fine points. So we're going to battle discipline, hit him. We are going to oh, why would I have done that? Okay, well, this is free spell. Let's smite the controller. Yeah, gotta keep stabbing him. Smite. Ooh. That's unfortunate. I don't think this is gonna work out the way I was hoping it would. I don't know what gives me that distinction, but I definitely feel like that's the case. Let's smite another one. That's a miss. You know, I set up these bindings and I just didn't do like doing them. Oh boy. Okay. He is hurt. heal. Minor heal. Aldous again. One, two, three, 4. That should help me get away from some of it. Okay. So we're going to go here. We're going to battle discipline the giant spider. God, what do I want to do? 3 spells, smite, giant spider. Giant spider is dead. Mage spell, bolt of fire. Draknar. Smite again. Let's fireball again. Pray that kills him. This is not an ideal situation, but I can probably live it. Okay. Draknar, the one that is a pain in the tuchus, is dead. So that means I can more or less free up all my other stuff. That'll help. Let's find a heal him, just in case. I'm not getting her close still. Like, she's not probably in risk of dying, but I still don't really want to get her close. So this shouldn't be too bad. Thankfully, I think that should do it. 4 health and 1 energy. So much. Still a fair number of enemies on there too, so like, not real impressed. Ooh, crude bow. Let's go ahead and do that. Crude javelin. He get tunic. 4% armor. But yeah. Take the cell. Rusty helmet. 3% armor. Minus 5% chance to hit. Plus 10% against mind effect resistance. Because it's a metal helmet. Get it? Okay. I don't want to take a whole lot of like minus chances to hit. I know I will like as I go up a little bit more. I'll take it. I'm not sure that I would give it to anyone yet. Huh, look. A lot of fish. Mushrooms, there's a meal. Ooh. Alchemical equipment. Metal bowl, mortar, pestle. Candle. Slime stain tunic. Why is it... Okay. Some areas of Avernum are very cold. Be sure to dress up snug and warm. So 6% armor. 10% blessing to blessings and curses you cause. Okay. I think this actually needs to go to the cleric. Yeah, they both have boots, so he can get boots. Yay. I get some freedom. So, am I just missing shells and picks? Or are there just not 3 down here? Because there's not like 3 down here. I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad. But I guess it can't be that easy, can it? Okay, so there's a limitation on how far I can try and move. I was not aware of that. But I guess now I am. Not that hardly matters. Okay. So I need to go talk to the mayor. Doors are reshut. Let's call me behind his desk. Okay. Just that he's nervous. Okay, let's talk about that worm infestation. How very interesting. Our feline foes are becoming more ingenious in finding ways to assault us. And as promised, here is your reward. He removes the silver ring from his hand and presents it to you. It is enchanted. Also, as promised, I have advice. 2 pieces. First, you should know that there is an enchanted pylon in the tunnels below us. Second, if you wish a true use for your skills, you should travel to the castle far to the southwest in the Great Cave. To enter that fortress, however, you will need a crown token. Tell me more about this pylon. Certain trusted individuals are given the ability to use the magic of these pylons to travel quickly through Avernum. You can learn more about them in the Tower of Magi to the south. Our pylon is in the tunnel network below, in the northeast corner. I will make sure that the door to it is unlocked for you. Tell me about the castle. King Micah wisely rules Avernum from there. If you truly wish to do good fighting for your newfound homeland, that is where you should go. How do I get a crown token? You find a mayor who has one to present, and you earn it. It is how you prove you can be trusted to spend time with our king. Alas, I do not have one to give, but the mayor of Formello to the north does. You should go north and speak with her. If the rumors I have heard are true, she has a task that may be worth your effort. Another question. Advice to give. Okay, that's just all that is. Okay. Let's go to. Is it a quest log? Quest log. Formello's mayor, find Anastasia, hot springs, picking shovels. 3 picks and 3 shovels. Okay. This goes knowledge. Northwest. That one. Message for 2. No. Okay. Well, I mean, that's all pretty straightforward, isn't it? Let's go back here and talk to Ward. Ward is still sitting at the table, contemplating her soup. What do you want? I have met Anastasia. She is staying in Silvar. Really? Oh, thank you. She stands and embraces you. My sister and I were foolish enough to question that empire slaying all the Nephilim in our province. We were sent down here, one after the other. I am poor, and there is little I can do for you. However, I will be sure to tell all I meet of the kind travelers who took pity on me in my time of need. Thank you again. I have sent a message to her. The roads are dangerous, so I do not want to try to travel there alone. Soon we will be reunited, though. I am sure of it. Okay, so that does that. I want to try and... Okay, so I don't think I can do much with, like, the houses and such. Filter 5 miles west, Mertis 15 miles south, the castle 34 miles south, 50 miles west, all distances and guesses. Well, I mean, Filtra is nearby. This makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. Another town. Okay, be sure to train your characters in Netherlands still, especially warriors. This increases your health. Guard. Engine 10, Papyrus. Okay, this town is a little more guarded, it looks like. That's an interesting adjustment to make. Well, I guess I'll just go around the outer ring and see if there's anything and try and take for 3. Play your javelin. I would of course love that, but don't really want to fill it with a bunch of guards standing around. Seems like a poor life choice. I've got some questions here, miss. Um, one of them is, why are you in a appearingly slime-covered alchemical room? There is a pregnant woman with long blonde hair behind the counter. A pungent smell comes from the pot bubbling by the fire behind her. She says, "Welcome to my shop, Wanderer. I am called Jenny, alchemist of Kocha. We have potions for sale, not lovely mixtures or other such nonsense. My brews are the real item." "What are you cooking up?" "I brew a wide variety of different potions. I'm an alchemist by trade. It is a difficult craft, as we who practice it tend to jealously guard our secrets." Uh, what sort of secrets are you looking for? Okay, an excellent question. The greatest mage in Avernum, or so it's told, is named Erica. It is said that she has a tower far to the west, but I know not where. If you could locate her tower and tell me where it is, I would pay you a finder's fee. Tell me more about Erica. I have heard many rumors, but facts are far and few between. She came down here decades ago, accompanied by many other powerful wizards from the Empire. Patrick Solberg, Archmage Linda, that lot. She gives you an appraising gaze. You might wish to seek her out for your own reasons. Why? She has true power, and from what I heard, true ambition. I can see in your eyes that you are the sort who wishes to do more than just rot down here. If I read you true, find Erica. Uh, what sort of potions do you make? For healing, for the curing of poison. She smiles down at her large stomach. For the easing of pain. Let me know if you want to buy something. You haven't gone to see Erica? Heavens no, that is a difficult journey to begin with. And with all the wars going on and the condition I'm in, I would be lucky to make it halfway there. No, for now, I would be content with the secrets I already know. Can you teach me some alchemy? She smiles apologetically. I'm afraid I don't sell my secrets. However, there is a mage visiting who mentioned having some skills in alchemy. He's been staying around the bar. His name's Koenig. You might ask him. Uh, in 3 months, I hope. Thank you for asking. I am nervous, as you can well imagine. Motherhood is terrifying in the best of times, but here, in the underworld, she sighs. And yet, for all its misery, this is our land. If we don't have children, we have truly surrendered to the Empire. Uh, let's see what kind of potions he has. So healing potions are 54, curing potions, speed potion, energy potion, healing potion. Okay. Maybe something worth getting at some point, but not right now. I can say that pretty assuredly. A young woman wanders around the courtyard preoccupied. She wears a brightly colored dress and is in quite a good mood. She nods to you. "Good day, warrior. I am Nance, off from the weapon shop today and enjoying the town. I hope the weather is to your liking." She smiles. "Good day to you. Enjoying your walk?" "Oh yes, this is my day off. Normally I trade off days with Elspeth. We own a weapons shop and run it together." "Oh, then you must know Elspeth well." Nance smiles shyly. "Yes, very well. On the surface and here as well. They threw us through the portal into a room together." "Why?" "As I say, we are close. I don't know what the Empire's reason for sending you into Avernum was, but you have learned ours." For a moment, her cheery mood breaks, and her eyes show a cold glint of anger. You work in the weapon shop? Is that your normal trade? No, sadly. I prefer to work with magical crafts. However, I lack the proper materials, and the last person I knew of who tried to improvise down here met an ugly fate. Sounds interesting. Tell me about it. He tried to use an enchanted crystal to reverse the portal in the Fort Avernum. Use it to create a gateway back to the surface. I don't know what he was thinking. The experiment drove him nearly mad. Crystal got left behind in Fort Avernum. What happened to that crystal? Don't know. When I met the poor fellow later, he said that he left it at the base of a statue. For what little that's worth, if I'm ever back at Fort Vernon, I might look for it. Where did the enchanted crystal come from? Nobody knows. Strange blue crystals were scattered down here when the first humans arrived in Avernum. They're called wisdom crystals. When you stay deep within them, they talk to you, whisper things. Who made them? Nobody knows. I'd like to meet their makers, though, whoever they are. They really knew how to enchant crystals. Sounds interesting. Okay. Let's just go ahead and end that conversation. Difficult 7, difficult 5. Not getting those anytime real soon. Let's see if there's anything worth down here. Probably not from the looks of it. Well. Gonna F3. Okay, looks like I'm okay. So Koenig, Elizabeth, ask. Let's talk about Elizabeth first. An aging, raven-haired woman tends bar. She wears a dress made of gray homespun cloth, which must shake her terribly. Her dark hair contrasts sharply with the porcelain whiteness of her skin. She motions for you to sit at the bar. I'm Elizabeth, and this is Dark Lake Pub. If you're heading west, it's the last place to get a decent ale before the slip lands. What services can I buy? I sell food and drink, mushroom ale, and decent rations. Just the thing for warriors just off the road. Heard any rumors? Well, not much. Actually, I have heard tales of a crypt to the north. Some merchants stumbled upon it. Nobody knows who built it or when, and nobody can find out either because the front gate is always closed. A fair way to the north, out of the eastern galleries and into the tunnels. It's in the Nephil lands, which keeps the more casual treasure hunters out. By merchants sleeping shoulder to shoulder. They are. Sorry about that. Rations. I will. You know, I could try to get some of that ale. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. See if there's anything else. You see a man in flowing robes. His polished hardwood staff close at hand, he doesn't seem to appreciate your attention. He stares into his bowl of mushroom broth and pretends you aren't there. When your staring finally becomes impossible to ignore, he sighs and says, I'm Koenig. What do you want? What brings you here? I am here looking for the Crystal Cave, and I prefer to be alone at the moment. Sorry to disturb you. What can you tell me about this cave? It is a legendary, dangerous cave filled with powerful crystals. I've heard of it from time to time, and if I knew of it, I wouldn't tell you. Now please excuse me. Okay, well let's talk to him again. I heard that you know something of alchemy. Alchemy? His daughter face twists into a slight smile. Ah, you must have been speaking with Jenny. What I was saying was that a man named Portath just found some interesting new recipes using gray mold. If you're interested, last I saw him, he was in Fort Dugno. This was some time ago, however, and he'd said he was planning to head north, looking for some isolated cave far from a city where he could do his research. Portath had an apprentice in the Tower of Magi. She might know more. Okay, wonder if I can learn any spells off him. Probably not. I'm afraid not. Well, I do know a very powerful ritual of warfare. However, I only teach it to those who have traveled far and have much experience. Return when you have achieved much more. I'll get recorded. A young man with cold, expressionless eyes sits well back in the corner. Uh, he he's hard to make out in the shadows. He slowly looks up and down, then he says, "What do you want for Matt?" I'll bring you to the Dark Lake Club. Pass me through. Can I speak with you? I prefer solitude. Good day. Real friendly sort. Um, yep. Real, real good conversation. I don't want to say anything here. Yep, nothing of worth trying to get my neck broken over on that end of things. Let's look inside here. There might be something. You enter the Kotra boatwork. Small craft are everywhere in various stages of construction. When completed, they will be put on logs and rolled down the river. It's very impressive. Avernum boats are small skiffs built from light, spongy wood of the strange fungal cavewood trees. They float quite well, though boating on the subterranean rivers is perilous even in the best of conditions. Okay, don't need any of that. Probably don't want to steal. Andrew. You meet a teenage boy. He's busy, eagerly working with some lumber. You watch him easily sling around the tools and the boards. He's an extremely strong kid, almost remarkably so. He gives you a nod as he hauls the load of wood. Welcome to the boatwork. I'm Andrew. Apprentice Andrew, I mean. What are you making? Just working on the boat, spreading tar, filling holes, pulling Eduardo's orders. What does Eduardo like? His eyes widen. He's alright, I guess. Doesn't beat me much. Lets me sleep 6 hours a night, plus his voice lowers to a whisper. I hear he was a pirate. Ask him about it. He'll tell you many exciting tales of the sea. Doesn't sound like you are working for Eduardo. He lowers his voice. No, I don't. I'm saving my coins to buy a sword and suit of armor. Wow, that would be great. I could see the world, and if some heroes come along, I could help them. I'm real strong, and I'm great with tools and traps, and I can use a spear too. I sure could be great on adventures, golly. Well, gee, I don't think any hero's worth anything would care all for having a kid such as you with him. Uh, hmm. Let's quick save this. But again, I'm sure he won't join. Andrew looks you over. He notes your scars and the many dents and scratches on your armor. He rapidly finds how great a distance there is between the dreams of heroism and the reality. Thank you. I still need to save up coins for a good weapon. Someday I should go back to work. And he does. Okay. So that seems like that's gonna be like they're gonna find a way to every time a party member might join you for it to not happen. So that'll be interesting. Um okay. This is a good place for it. Talk to Eduardo. He handles all the money, I just do the work. Okay, well, where is this Eduardo? Probably shouldn't say anything. Okay. I, that's not how I thought it was going to be. Elspeth. You see a lethal looking woman in a leather baldric. You can see the outlines of daggers of varying sizes through her clothes. Considering the dangers of Avernum, you can understand her wanting to be well armed. I am Elspeth, and blades and armor are my trade, and if you don't mind me saying, you look like you would know a good weapon if you saw it. Uh, Tell me about your wares. I deal in armor and weapons, and if you have any supplies that you don't need, you can sell them to me. But with the lizards around, business has been very, very good. The Slizrakai, that's what they're called. They all live to the west, and they've been warring for some time. Them and their foul king. Like we didn't have enough trouble with the Nephilim and the Nephilim and the Nepharim. Ooh, okay, so there is a difference. I wonder what the Nepharim are. She looks back at the wide variety of weapons on the wall. Yes, it's been a two-front war, but we're holding them off pretty well. Better than some. Let's start with one. The beast is called... Okay. And he sends the barbarian list out to hunt us all. I am told there are some lists to the south who don't follow but I've never met one. What's the difference between the Nephilim and the Nepharim? The Nepharim are like Nephilim, but bigger and sterile, like mules. They don't know much about them, except that they're nasty, captured a bunch of our people the other week. She sighs and starts fingering a knife up her sleeve. We'll pay them back. Mark my words. Okay, so definitely got a few different swords going on here. Interesting. Uh, so broadswords are apparently pretty decent for like holding off like a couple of enemies. So that's a 10% chance is what I'm gathering from that. That's not bad. That could be worth putting some purchase on. But I'm also terrible at buying things, so I probably won't. Chainmail vest, iron helmet, 5% armor, 6% armor. Hmm. Where is Eduardo? Oh, there's Eduardo. You see a heavy man with a peg leg. He wears an eye patch, but you can't help but notice that he occasionally lifts it and looks at things with both eyes. Okay. When he sees you, he leans against one of his boats and adopts a confident, piratical pose. R. Welcome to my shop. I'm Eduardo, and I craft the ships that sail the dark and deadly underseas. Tell me about the dangers of the sea. R. I used to sail the underground seas, fishing and exploring. Then this list started attacking. Since then, business has been slow. Uh, Tell us about this list. We've never heard of them on the surface. Not surprising, they only exist down here. They were here when we got here. I've heard that some of them are friendly to humans, but most of them hate us. They eat us and attack our boats. That's pretty much it. Arr. Now, was it a slip that took your leg? Nay, 'twas a sea worm. I slithered up from the deeps, and the shark fangs took the poor fellow clean off. Sea worms? Aye, few believe they are real, but they are. They lurk far below, fearing the lights of the humans. But mark my words, if they ever come near the surface in numbers, no sailor will be safe. only walking for ye. He sighs and makes a dispirited little R noise. I'll have to talk to that boy. I'm not really a pirate. I got thrown into Avernum for punching my captain. I doesn't act like a pirate for, well, no good reason. Really, there's no real pirates down here. Up there, the Empire catches a pirate and he draws a thumb across his throat. Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense. This is a fine workshop. Aye, 'tis needed to make boats, fine watercraft fit to sail the seas. Well, the lakes, rivers, you know. I've got one ready to purchase. You look tough enough to brave the danger, matey. And I bargain at 250 coins. Okay, so his boats are cheaper by a decent amount. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Kosher tunnel, sages, and authorized agents of Avernum. Um, I feel like I'm in danger. Oh no. Okay. Side tunnel is this box is full of scrolls, notes, and letters sent here from the Tara Magi. It's quite a jumble, and a lot of the papers appear to have been here for a while. The crude papyrus made in the underworld doesn't take long to crumble. Okay. Okay. You search through the stuff looking for something that might aid you, and you find nothing of value. Okay. That's also interesting. When you enter this small workshop, you see a stone pylon at the far end of the chamber. It is glowing faintly. Highly charged with energy, it's so distracting that you run smack into the young apprentice walking out of the room. He is startled to see you. He says, I am Tanis. I don't think you should be here. I'm Tanis, didn't I say? Why shouldn't I be here? Because the pylon. It can be dangerous. Magic only it can be dangerous. Magic. Only those who have been trained should deal with it. What does it do? It moves you around Avernum. Very fast. Portal magic. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you. At the Tower of Magi. South. If they will teach you. They probably won't. No offense. What? Oh yes. Goodbye. He walks off to the south. Pardon? I don't know why I'm bothering actually looting anything because I am honestly probably just going to a little bit quick save. Because apparently that conversation is one that actually can get cut short. It is a dangerous thing, nothing you should be poking at. Not without training. Okay, well. I get free stuff. That's the way I'm looking at it. We're going to take all this off chemical equipment. And I am going to give it to our lovely wizard. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know that any of this is actually worth anything. It'll all totally be garbage. Okay, no. I guess down here is our next stop. And then we have that tunnel system we can go look at too. A wiry, nervous man sits behind the desk. He has long, frazzled hair and an aggressively growing bald spot. I am Paul, he mutters. I am Mayor. I am Mayor Steele's secretary. What do you need? Excuse me, can I speak with the mayor? I'm the secretary to his lordship, Mayor Steele. If you have some business with him, you have to go through me. But he's pretty busy with his prisoner business. You'd have better luck in the library. Like to know more about Coca. Then you are free to wander the path of our fair, if war-torn city. As for me, I am busy. Normally he loves to see people, however, the Nephilim to the north are holding some of our men prisoners. I'd only bother him if it's really, really important. He's only been thinking about the prisoners. There's a library. Door on the left, not much there, mostly records, he chuckles. But who knows, you might find a magic scroll. Anything is possible. Well, this is a place. Sure. A gray-haired man is hunched over his desk, muttering to himself. He wears impeccably clean wool clothes, probably recently arrived from the surface. A sash hangs from his shoulder, and he wears a golden amulet around his neck. When you approach, he gives you a cold, calculating gaze. After evaluating how useful you might be to him, he says, I heard rumors, wandering adventurers. A new warrior passing through our gates. I am Mayor Steele, leader of Kotra. I may have some work for you. Obviously, I lead one of the 6 large cities of Avernum, and the city closest to both wars against the Kitties and the Sliths. So if you will excuse me, I have to get back to my planning. There is much to do and no time to do favors. Tell me about the Sliths. Savages, barbarians, lethal. They control the lands to the west, beyond Fort Granlon, and they are determined to kill us all. Much of the war against them is directed from within these walls. What sort of favors are asked of you? Since I am on the council, I at times have the ear of King Micah. Many ask me for a crown token, so that they can enter the castle and see the king themselves. Such tokens are rare, and owning one is a true privilege. I would like one. I am sure you would, and yet I'm reserving the one I own for when I need a favor of true import. If you need one, you should go north to Formello. I hear rumors that the mayor there is looking for adventurers. I have other questions. You mentioned you have work for me. He looks up from his work. The Nephilim and the Nepharim have a fort to the north, on the far end of a lake. They've been giving us all kinds of grief. The biggest disaster happened about a week ago. They captured 10 of our soldiers. We don't think they're dead yet, but who knows how long it would be before the kiddies get hungry. I'll tell you something. If anyone could rescue the prisoners, we'd reward them well. Anything I should know about the Nepharim? They are strong. Very strong. If you want to rescue my soldiers, you should find a way to sneak in and not confront the beast directly. That would be enough to please me. Nepharim are powerful warriors. I would not expect such a small force to fight such a number of them in their lair. Okay, I mean, all that makes sense, right? You don't just go charging suicidally into a port and expect to live. Maybe. Oh, okay. That's a locked door. This is a statue of a bent old man. That is not a bent old man. That is a troll. When you look at it closely, you see it is looking back at you. Hello, statue. You try to get the statue to respond to you, but you don't know what to say. Eventually, you get frustrated and you give up. The conversation ends. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna steal. Hopefully, there's something worth stealing. Pants. Copper coins, value 8. Fish. Those even have any value? They do not. I don't want them. Okay, so to lower Coca, that's just that instance area. Elsa's armor, Coca's footwork, Mirror's office, job board. That's the top door. Let's see if the okay. Each town has its own job board. That is good to know. Okay. So delivery for Mello. I was sent from the Tower of Magi portal to deliver a tome to Miles of Formello. I came to Kotra by mistake and I must be going west to gain knowledge of the Sliss Zerakai. I left the tome in the concealed chamber outside the pylon chamber. Cool. Whoever can collect the tome and deliver it to Miles will be rewarded. Thank you, can't miss. Okay, so that bumbling apprentice. The Slith Menace. An outpost of Thessarakai has established an island southwest of Kotra, uncomfortably close to the city walls. Killing the commander there will tell these creatures to keep to their own land. When their deed is done, report to the mayor of Kotra for your reward. A sealed letter has been pinned to the board, addressed to Commander Rosie, Fort Dranlon. A note below adds payment upon delivery. A small group of Nephilim has been sighted camped northwest of Kotra. They are hostile and must be driven back. When the deed is done, report to the mayor of Kotra's secretary for a bounty reward. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, all of those are getting accepted. Okay. What do these mushrooms do? I got a bunch of them. Ability equals just here. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing here. So just here. So that's Stillwater, Fort Avernum, and kind of all of this area around here. I didn't want to go inside there. You meet a group of guards from the city of Kotra. They're out on patrol. After muttering greetings, they give you a warning. Be very careful if you're not planning to travel farther west. There's a lot of slush in the area, and they're very dangerous. You thank them for the warning and continue on your way. As they leave, you notice that they look like they've seen a lot of combat lately. Worn armor, tinted weapons, recently applied bandages. I'm gonna save, because I might be going into a zone I don't want to go into. That is definitely a possibility. There's a small band of Nephilim clustered here, sitting and shivering by a cold fire pit. They are a hungry and mangy group. They have probably only survived by stealing from the farms of Kocha to the south. When you get close, they stand, grab their crude weapons, and start yowling at you. It's a commotion fit to wake the dead. It doesn't take much effort to scare them off. They grab their crude weapons and head north. Let's load that. Because, you know, the Nephilim are problematic. And they are good at murdering people. Okay. I think there's definitely a chance I'm outmatched here. Yeah. Yeah, I am. Okay. So I am going to reload that, and I'm not going to go across this way. Hi, giant spiders. You filled me with happiness. They really don't. Yeah. Why does everything have to... Yeah, poison and acid. So we're going to heal our people up, keep them from dying. Okay, well, they are dead, and well, I'm actually pretty okay. But I did level up, so we are going to put another point of endurance, because endurance is important, and I've been getting a little beat up. Anything that I want to get here? I don't think I'm too worried about that. So combat. Blade Master, each level takes advantage of that. Damage you take from all sources. Super chance to carry, reduce damage. Terrible. We're gonna go ahead get those points going on. No, I didn't get traits this time. That's unfortunate. I'm not surprised. Just unfortunate. Another point of endurance won't hurt. Gonna do that. No. Because I need to for sure put a point into that. This time, I'll do this. I definitely had to do that. So I want another point of intelligence right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put another point into it. On here, I want to. I think I probably will. Point of and do I want that point of intelligence, or do I want to put that into endurance? He is a little. I feel like we're pretty well guarded. Let's do endurance this time though.